Morning, Top Gun here, Thursday, February 11th, a little after 3 a.m. out here in California. This is the YouTube pre-market commentary. So investors are sort of cascading through mini bubbles. GameStop, or Tesla, GameStop, Bitcoin, and now marijuana stocks. So what's happened with marijuana stocks can best be seen with the MJ ETF. MJ standing for Mary Jane, which is slang for marijuana. So very clever ticker symbol by the creators of this ETF. Now the MJ ETF is up 42% so far this week, including 15% on Wednesday on 7 times average 3-month volume. So it kind of looks like a blow off top to me. The chart has gone parabolic, and short-term technician and trading wizard Scott Redler said, now I think it's time for a pause. So be careful there. We know how GameStop ended. Tesla is still hanging in there. Bitcoin's making new highs, but these are very speculative assets. Now, weed stocks aren't the only place that investors are speculating. They're moving into microcap and penny stocks. This can be seen in the chart from Matthew Timpane on the IWC, which is the iShares Microcaps ETF, which is up 165% since March 19th, 2020, and is about 55% above its 200-day moving average. So, like we talked about yesterday with the Russell being 40% over its 200-day moving average, and that being historically unprecedented, 55% above its 200-day moving averages shows that the recent ascent is even steeper than that. So everything is sort of going parabolic, headed towards infinity, presumptively. Now, penny stocks are even more speculative than microcap stocks. Microcap stocks, I believe, have a market cap between 50 million and 300 million. Penny stocks are traded over the counter. They're not listed on the NYSE or the NASDAQ because they don't meet the requirements for that. So we're talking about stocks that are worth, $1 million, $5 million, companies that, you and I, hopefully are not buying, and would never buy. But as you can see in the chart from Sentiment Trader, a lot of investors, retail investors, are buying those stocks right now, as penny stock volume has absolutely exploded in the last few weeks. Which reminds me of a great scene from The Wolf of Wall Street, where he walks into this boiler room. I can't remember what it's called, and they tell him that the commission there is 50% as opposed to 1% at the more staid Wall Street firm where he's working. He sits down to sell a stock called, I believe, Antonine, which the original guy calls Antonine. Says, no, I think it's actually Antonine. And then Jordan Belfort, who's played the Wolf of Wall Street, says, yeah, Antonine. And it's just a great scene of Jordan Belfort pumping up this stock to a poor plumber or postman. They make fun of them in the scene. I highly recommend watching that scene. Very, very, very funny and very, very unfortunately relevant right now. Next, global stocks are up 50 trillion during the pandemic. There's 2 basic explanations for this. One, we're at the beginnings of a mega bull market, a mega economic boom, which will cause a mega bull market. This is a position held by the kitty technicians like J.C. Perret, Ian McMillan, Aaron Jackson, Patrick Dunawilla, those types of technicians that believe that all information is rationally reflected in stock prices. The other explanation, the real explanation, is that global central banks have been injecting enormous amounts of liquidity, historically unprecedented amounts of liquidity into financial markets since the pandemic, which can be seen in this chart from Rothko Research, which shows the total assets of the top 5 central banks. All right, finally, let's talk about Uber earnings. So Uber's interesting because they have 2 businesses. They have ride-hailing and food delivery. Now, ride-hailing is getting hit by the pandemic. People don't want to get in other people's cars. People aren't going as many places. So bookings were down 50% and revenues 52% in the fourth quarter. Now food delivery is different. People are staying at home. They don't want to go out. They want the food brought to them. So food delivery was up. Bookings were up 130% and revenue 224%. So that business is doing quite well. Although I believe it's still, let me see here. Well, I don't know if it's reporting a segment profit or not, but the whole company reported another $968 million loss for the fourth quarter, and the stock was down about 4.5% in the pre-market the last time I checked. All right, that's it for today, folks. I will see you Friday morning.